become one of those people. If I'm in any form of sports car, I'm often in comfort mode. I don't want to draw attention to myself. Now there's a Porsche 911 in front of me and he's like all like vroom vroom. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put my M35i into sport mode so that I sound more sporty. I don't know, who is this person? Who is this person? Anyways, I've recently just done the X2 S-Drive 18S. You would have watched that, I hope. I'm now in the M35i, which is obviously the sort of creme de la creme of the X2 and the sporty one that everybody sort of loves. I like it. Before I get into it, okay, I want to chat about the insurance that I got on this when I put all my details into the Hippo app. The best I got was 1098 and it had an excess of 95. Someone in my YouTube comments mentioned the fact that I don't mention the excess amount, which I will do from now on. I think it's obviously something to consider. I go through all the quotes there and I saw most of them had a higher excess than that. I think there was one, if I'm not mistaken, it was near bank and it had like 5,000 Rand excess, like, but minimum, whatever. Again, it just goes to show, just like always check the details. Do you know what I mean? Like you want to know exactly what you're getting, what your quote is, what it's about. Hippo gives you all those options. Pretty amazing. Guys, I can't. I have to go back into comfort because this drives me crazy. Most people like it. I don't know. I'm going into efficient. Look at me now. What is the point? This car is wasted on me, I realize. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about sort of the aesthetics of this car because you have seen the other X2 video of mine quite recently. So I'm going to talk about the engine for now because this obviously doesn't have the 1.3 litre, the 1.5 litre 3-cylinder engine that the other model has. This has a 2 litre 4-cylinder turbo petrol engine. All four wheels are powered by 7-speed dual clutch transmissions. That's right, this is all-wheel drive, whereas the 818, the other one is front-wheel driven, right? Which you want when you've got this much power going on. You've got 233 kilowatts of power, 400 newton meters of torque. You're going to push it into some corners and into some twisties. This car you can do that with. It's really confidence inspiring because it's got that grip and it really does grip very well. The linear acceleration and power delivery is exceptional. It's a really fast car. I mean, I think you get to 100 kilometers per hour in just 5.4 seconds, but you can really feel how quick it is. It's really engaging and really fun to drive. So I understand why, if you're going to get something like an X2, because of the way that it looks, right? Because otherwise you just get an X1, but you love the look of it. Add on a bit of M-kit, etc., and a flipping cool engine, and off you go. Off you go. You're gonna love it. And by M-kit, I mean, you've got the dual exhausts that do give you a rather little throaty roar and a little pop crackle here and there when you're in sport mode. Inside, then you've got the M Sport steering wheel. This has got M Sport seats. What's happening? Anyway, that's for, you've got to get the M Sport package. That's like 25K. My goodness. On top of the fact that this is a 1.2 million Rand car. Now you're adding extras. There's quite a few. The steering is really direct, very responsive. It's very BMW-esque. And that wasn't pleasant. Okay, no, if you pull over on the side of the road and have a wee, we can see you. People just don't seem to care anymore. My goodness, what's happening to the world? This is on 21-inch wheels, and it's very seldom that I say this in a sports car, but the ride is actually really good. It's really comfortable. It's no stiff. If you like, I've kept it in comfort mode most of the time, but that's the point for me, because if you're going to live with this every day, you kind of want to be comfortable, and then when you want to give it horns, you want to give it horns. So you pop it into sports mode, and obviously everything sort of firms up. But I like that you can have this in comfort mode, and I'm not like honestly losing a kidney or requiring a sports bra for every drive, right? And so I think BMW have done that really well, because again, like the bigger the wheels, generally that low profile, you like, and I'm always like, I want to get out of here. This is like a very lovely, comfortable ride. It's very nippy around town, but still very comfortable. In fact, like while I'm driving now, like in efficient mode, I wouldn't really be able to tell you whether I was in this model or the other model, because I'm not like pushing it, right? Like I'm just saying like the lovely sort of comfortable cruising element of an X2, like the little compact SUV that it is. They've managed to balance that really well, I think. Cyclists. Okay, get into the yellow lane though. There's a whole lane there. I don't care that there's sand. Move. Also now I got flipped off. Okay, impressive. It's like a 70, 80-year-old woman on that bike. So I'm like, good on ya. Also, she gave me flicked me the bird, you know. So I think I need to go back. She's like my spirit animal. I quite like her. Except I wouldn't be cycling. No. Right, like I said, it's 1.2 mil without any options. You could get something like an Audi Q3 Sportback if you wanted, like in this segment, okay? I love that car. This gives you that real wow factor, I think. And if you are not into an X1, but you want like the look of the X2 and you want the boom of this engine, I think you're gonna love it. I always go back to this question, like what mindset you're in to spend 1.2 million rand on a compact SUV, regardless of the engine. And I know that I'm not actually the target market, but I do still put my thinking cap on. I've just come from the Toyota Prado launch. You get one of those for 1.3 million. So if you spent a little few optional extras, you can get this or a Prado. For me, they're absolutely not in the same segment. I understand that. But the money, you're still spending that money. So my point is like, wouldn't you always want more for your money? I would always go, but I know people's needs are different, obviously. But I don't need a Prado. I don't need all that space. I just want it. So I guess it's maybe the same thing. If you want this engine, you want the excitement, and you don't want such a musha car to drive around town, maybe that's what that is. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get it, honestly. But here I am, still enjoying this car.